Hello, welcome to Best of the Best, Playing with Power series where we rate the top cards, decks, sets, and much more from a CEDH perspective. Our last Best of the Best talked about the top 10 new cards from Commander Legends. If you want to check out that video, be sure to look at the link in the description. Today we're going to look at the top 10 reprints for CEDH coming out of the new set Commander Legends. This set offers all kinds of great reprints from CEDH as well as EDH as a whole. We will be looking at the cards that see their share of CEDH play or are highly important in certain CEDH decks. If you're looking to buy any of the cards mentioned today, be sure to check out our list in the description. Also, if you like this video and want to help out, give us a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. Finally, if you want to see more like this and want to be part of an amazing community, consider signing up to our Patreon. We have all kinds of offerings at multiple levels, and you'll get awesome benefits for your direct support. A link is in the description below, and we hope to talk to you on our Patreon-only Discord. Thanks. We will be first starting out with some honorable mentions. Those are Finehorn Elves, Command Beacon, and 3 Visits. Finehorn Elves has never seen a modern reprinting. It was originally printed back in Ice Age and then printed in From the Vault 20. This means you either had to find an old copy from 20 plus years ago or a heavily foiled copy. Either way, this common has never seen a mass print run in a long time, and it's highly overdue. Command Beacon is a highly sought after card at casual tables, but with the recent printing of Drannith Magistrate, the need for this card has risen in CEDH. That being said, it's still a bit early for it to be considered a CEDH mainstay. And finally, the printing of 3 Visits is a welcome addition to the set. The reason this card became so expensive was simply because of its extreme scarcity from the limited print runs that was Portal 3 Kingdoms. This is a great reprint, but it doesn't see a whole lot of CEDH play outside of maybe a few fringe decks. Now, let's dive into our list. Number 10 on our list is Mana Confluence. This card is a land that reads, tap, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. This card is an absolute staple in the CEDH environment because it taps to add a mana of any color. It was printed back in 2014 and only saw a reprint in the extremely scarce Zendikar Expeditions. This particular print run is only as a buy a box promo, but we are still happy to have more copies available. Number 9 on our list is Preordain. This card is 1 blue for a sorcery that reads, scry 2, then draw a card. Smoothing out your draws early in the game is important. So important in fact that this common, originally printed back in 2011, has risen up to $5 each. It has been printed 4 times total and still commands a high price tag. This card is actually banned in Modern because of the consistency it can bring so early in the game. It's almost always an auto-include in every single CEDH deck running blue. Number 8 on our list is Negela, the Blade Blossom. This card is 2 and a red for a 3/2 legendary human warrior that reads, whenever a warrior attacks, you may have its controller create a 1/1 white warrior creature token that's tapped and attacking. And it also has Pay Wooburg, that's white, blue, black, red, and green, and untap all attacking creatures. They gain trample, lifelink, and haste until end of turn. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Activate this ability only during combat. This is one of the most formidable commanders in our format. If you wanted to rank commanders and decks in the CEDH meta, this would be considered a tier 1 commander. This deck has inevitability right from the command zone. It has numerous infinite combos and compact win cons. It is also 5 colors, meaning you can include the best cards and interaction in your deck. It has only ever seen 1 printing, ever, and that was in Battle Bond in 2018. As such, this is a commander commanding a higher and higher price tag every day. If the collector booster output is anything like that of Double Masters earlier this year, we will see a good portion of these hit the market. Number 7 on our list is Rings of Bright Hearth. This card is 3 for an artifact that reads, whenever you activate an ability, if it isn't a mana ability, you may pay 2. If you do, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. This card is one of a pretty familiar combo using Basalt Monolith in order to get infinite mana. This card allowed you to get infinite mana outside of the blue color pie, or if you weren't willing to shell out the amount of money necessary to buy something like a power artifact. This card only ever saw printings in Lorwyn and the extremely rare Kaladesh Inventions. The Lorwyn copy was climbing to over $60 at the time of this recording, and it will be nice to have more copies available for CEDH decks and combos. Number 6 on our list is Staff of Domination. This card is also 3 for an artifact that reads, pay 1, untap Staff of Domination. Pay 2 and tap, you gain 1 life. Pay 3 and tap, untap target creature, pay 4 and tap, tap target creature, and pay 5 and tap to draw a card. This card is a famous infinite mana sink to win the game. You gain infinite mana, and then draw your deck. You can also create infinite mana with this card with any creature that taps for more than 4. You simply untap it with Staff's ability, and then untap the Staff. It sees a good amount of play in mono green decks as a way to go off. It was originally printed in 5th Dawn, with those copies climbing to over $50, and also saw a print in Kaladesh Inventions. It is a reprint we are happy to see. We are halfway through our list, and coming in at number 5 is Arcane Cignet. This card is 2 for an artifact that reads, tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. This card is a staple not only in CEDH decks, but just EDH decks in general. They originally printed this card to help push the sale of the new Brawl decks and Brawl format that premiered in Throne of Eldraine. You could only get this card when you bought a Brawl deck. It saw 2 more printings, once again in pre-con type products with Commander 2020 and the Zendikar Rising Commander expansion. This card is already as ubiquitous to Commander as Sol Ring. A 2-drop rock that taps for whatever color your deck needs immediately became an instant staple in CEDH. Now, we finally get to see this card printed in mass quantities, and we are happy to see it become widely available. Number 4 on our list is Scroll Rack. This card costs 2 for an artifact that reads, pay 1, tap. Exile any number of cards from your hand face down. Put that many cards from the top of your library into your hand. Then look at the exiled cards and put them on top of your library in any order. This card is extremely powerful to those who care about the top of their library. These are decks like God Eternal Kefnet, Elsha the Infinite, and Yuriko the Tiger Shadow. This card was originally printed back in Tempest in 1997. It didn't see a reprint for many years, and all of its reprints have either been supplemental product like Commander's Arsenal, or extremely scarce products like Kaladesh Inventions and The List. Before its printing in Commander Legends, this card was commanding over $80 each. We are glad to see it reprinted and for its price to come down. We are headed into the top 3, and number 3 on our list is Vampiric Tutor. This card is 1 black for an instant that reads, search your library for a card, and then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life. This card has become an auto-include in every deck running black. Get whatever card you want at instant speed for 1 black and 2 life. That is an absolutely crazy ability, and everyone knew that. That's why this card has climbed to over $100 for its different iterations. Right now, the price for this card at the time of this recording has already been slashed in half, with pre-orders coming in at $50 each, and we hope that it drops even further. This is a fantastic card to pick up as many as you can because it will not stay at this price for long. Speaking of expensive staples, number 2 on our list is Mana Drain. This card is 2 blue for an instant that reads, counter target spell. At the beginning of your next main phase, add amount of colorless equal to that spell's converted mana cost. This is one of the best counter spells available. Its price tag reflects that. It was originally printed back in Legends and saw a mass reprint finally back in Iconic Masters. The Iconic Masters reprint was seeing prices of up to $150 each. Seeing another reprint of this card has already brought down prices, which is great. It will be a great time to pick up this card soon, as we will see this card rise again in no time. Finally, we are at number 1 on our list. The number 1 CEDH reprint from Commander Legends is the 2016 Partner Commanders. We are super happy to see all of these cards reprinted, but we will make a special mention to the ones that have shaped CEDH into the format it is today. These are Thrasios Triton Hero, Tymna the Weaver, Vile Smasher the Fierce, Crom Ludovic's Opus, Tana the Bloodsower, Roos Taro Boris Herder, Ikra Shadiki the Usurper, and Silas Wren Seeker Adept. One of the most common complaints in comments from our earliest gameplay videos on Playing with Power was the fact that there were always partner commanders at the table. Partner commanders have become ubiquitous with CEDH. If you sit down to a pod with a Tymna Thrasios deck, it is assumed you are playing CEDH. They have only ever been printed once in Commander 2016. The partner mechanic is very hard to be able to put into any other set because of how unique it is. When they brought back partner for the draftable Commander Legends, this was the perfect opportunity to reprint these cards. Some partners had climbed to over $50 each, so having these become available again, we hope will become a huge boon to more people getting into the CEDH format. We hope that someone cracks an etched foil Thrasios Triton hero and finally says, you know, I think I'm going to give this CEDH thing a shot. We cannot wait for people to get their hands on these commanders again to just see how fun CEDH can be. Well, there you have it, our picks for the top 10 CEDH reprints from Commander Legends. If you are looking to pick up any of these cards, which we highly suggest you do while they are cheaper, check out our link in the description below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It lets us know we're giving you the content you love. If you would like to see more, consider subscribing to stay updated. If you would like to help us further and get some awesome perks in return, consider signing up to our Patreon. We have recently added new tiers, including a new limited tier that allows you to be on an episode of Playing with Power. Check out the link in the description. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of Best of the Best. Tune in next time when we attempt to assemble the best lists for the best format, CEDH. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.